I believe I'm the only photographer in the world with these photos, and that's because I had my camera in my hand, and yeah, I was ready to go.
This story is a true example of right place, right time. Many people in the Turks and Caicos area saw the death of Ship 33 after Flight 7 launched, and unfortunately, the Starship rutted or had a rapid, unscheduled disassembly or explosion over the area. And we've seen a lot of videos from different vantage points, including from an airplane, also from a cruise ship, and in someone's backyard. But James Temple, who is a chef by day and a photographer as a hobby, happened to have his Canon in his hand, and he got these spectacular shots, which his photos have now blown up. Yes, pun intended. Even Elon Musk has seen his work.
He did, yeah. He commented, "Cool,"
Cool.
which for Elon Musk to reply to one of my pictures is something I can never dream of. So
I was fortunate enough to see Flight 7 launch from Boca Chica, Texas, but I really wanted to hear what someone felt and experienced on the ground there where Ship 33 exploded. And I just wanted to reiterate the FAA statement on the SpaceX Starship Flight 7 mishap. The FAA is requiring SpaceX to perform a mishap investigation into the loss of the Starship vehicle during launch operations on January 16th. There are no reports of public injury, and the FAA is working with SpaceX and appropriate authorities to confirm reports of public property damage on Turks and Caicos, which James told me that a lot of people were finding debris all around Turks and Caicos. A lot of stuff like heat tiles washing up on the beach, and we see that down at Starbase sometimes and on South Padre Island as well. Now back to the FAA statement. During the event, the FAA activated a debris response area and briefly slowed aircraft outside the area where space vehicle debris was falling, or stopped aircraft at their departure location. Several aircraft requested to divert due to low fuel levels while holding outside impacted areas. And a mishap investigation is designed to enhance public safety, determine the root cause of the event, and identify corrective actions to avoid it from happening again. The FAA will be involved in every step of the SpaceX-led mishap investigation process and must approve SpaceX's final report, including any corrective actions. A return to flight is based on the FAA determining that any system, process, or procedure related to the mishap does not affect public safety. And this is interesting, and I didn't include this in my last video because this wasn't in the statement that we originally got. A debris response area is activated only if the space vehicle experiences an anomaly with debris falling outside of the identified closed aircraft hazard areas. It allows the FAA to direct aircraft to exit the area and prevent others from entering. So I'll keep you guys updated on what is happening with the FAA and SpaceX. Of course, Elon optimistically said that they'll be able to launch next month. I'm still a little bit skeptical of that, but hopefully that is true and that we see another Starship launch sooner than later. Of course, these are test flights, and the purpose of these is to stress the vehicle as much as possible, find out where the weaknesses are, and make corrections so that Starship can become fully operational and eventually take us to Mars. Which, yes, Elon hasn't given up on that idea. You can see his pure elation when Trump, during the inauguration yesterday, said that we are going to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Horizons, and we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Which, again, I'm clearly a diehard fan of SpaceX, but I do not think that humans are going to be on Mars in 4 years, and I would be happy to be proven wrong. I think it's possible we will send a Starship to Mars, potentially with Optimus robots, but I don't think that humans are going to be there in the next 4 years. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. How are you handling all the new fame?
It's yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah.
It's everything I could have wanted, but lots of emails, lots of messages. It's quite overwhelming, I'll be honest. But I've got some help.
And have you done like an on-camera interview yet about it?
I haven't. No, you're the first.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I used to be in TV news for almost 10 years, so I'm like, got to interview you. I don't want to just show the images. I want to learn about what it was like to capture that.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we've seen many videos from people on a cruise, from people in a backyard, but you had your camera on you.
I did, yeah. So my girlfriend was actually filming a video. So she's the one who actually filmed the video on my my first reel that is going viral at the moment. I was lucky enough to have my camera, and yeah, I just started clicking away, and I'll be honest, I couldn't believe how amazing the images turned out.
So, and what kind of camera is it?
So I've got a Canon R5 Mark II. Yeah, the details in the photo, I'm amazed. I'll be honest. Obviously, I had a 1 to 500 millimeter lens on there with my extender, so I had about 700 millimeters of reach.
Wow.
So I managed to get nice and close, but I really did not expect to get the detail that I did.
So I just got back from my 12th trip to Boca Chica and was able to see the second ever catch of a Starship booster in real life. This is my first time seeing a catch, and it was quite incredible. And I have a new rocket model to commemorate the moment. So I've been working with Space Rocket Lab for a few months now, and I was able to get these V3 Raptor engines sent to me for my display here in the studio, which are awesome, but I haven't had a Starship from them yet. So let's open it together. I think I'm gonna dump out some of these little peanuts. Okay, now that the peanuts are dumped out, let's open the Starship. Wow. Just already, right out of the box, the detail of this is so incredible. The heat tiles, the heat shield, it just looks so realistic, and it's very precise, which sometimes 3D printing can be sloppy. That is never going to happen with Space Rocket Lab. But everything with Space Rocket Lab is always very high quality, and that's because after the models are printed, they take their time to sand the items if needed. They make it look really professional, really polished, and really clean. And so you can even see the movement that is possible with the flaps here. This is just so high quality. And I almost forgot to mention that this is the V2 of Starship. So V2 just debuted on Flight 7. And so this is an updated version, and it just looks wonderful. So the models from Space Rocket Lab make a great gift for your space lover in your family, or maybe for yourself. These are stunning 3D printed models of iconic rockets, and of course the Raptor 3 engine. One thing that's so impressive about Space Rocket Lab is how you can see the details of engineering up close and personal. Someone working there knows a thing or two about space. These are great for collectors, space lovers, or anyone who is simply a fan of Starship. And you can use my code Ellie in Space to get a 10% discount. I'm telling you, these are worth it. The detail is unparalleled, and I hope that you guys enjoy them. So again, thanks to Space Rocket Lab for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it.
It's been probably the past 2 years I've started doing photography. I was into sort of drone videography, but one day I was going to Yellowstone, and obviously you're not allowed drones in Yellowstone. So I bought a camera, and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow. I watched the launch from where it happened in South Texas. So I saw the beginning. You saw the end of Ship 33's life. What did you guys start to notice? Tell me about what you saw.
I didn't know what I was looking at first. I didn't know what was happening. It was like something from the dinosaurs all of a sudden. And my captain on board, he's very much into space, and because of him, we were actually looking out for the spaceship. And he said, "Oh my God, it's exploded," and obviously that's what we were seeing.
Wow. And then we'll just let the people know. So your full-time job is you're a chef.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
On
I've been a chef now for probably about 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been in the Turks and Caicos area?
So we've been here now about 2 months, and yeah, we normally do say one trip every month, but apart from that, we've got a lot of time off. So every day I'm taking out my camera, and I like to film wildlife, but I've managed to capture a bit of astrophotography. So yeah, I'm super happy.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. A lot of people, I have a lot of followers, and a lot of people didn't seem to know what the Turks and Caicos area was. They're like, I've never heard of this before. I learned a new place in the world. So, were you very familiar with SpaceX? Obviously, your captain is, but were you a SpaceX fan, or now you are?
Obviously, I've heard of it. I've heard of Elon Musk and everything, but I'm not so much into it. Obviously, I love looking at pictures and videos of astrophotography. I think it's amazing. I haven't done any of that myself as of yet, but I think now I'm probably gonna get into it a bit more.
And so were you guys, when you saw all that break up sort of over you or near you, were you worried at all? Did it scare you?
No, definitely not. I was too excited to be worried. I didn't think, you know, maybe some debris could fall on us or anything like that. Again, obviously the adrenaline had kicked in, and I was just super excited. So not worried at all.
You were snapping away.
I was, yeah. I must have taken. I think I got about 64 photos altogether.
Oh, wow. And how fast, I mean, how much time did you have to take photos of it?
I tend to prefer to do videography, so I was trying to video it, but my camera was playing up for some reason. So I changed to the camera, and I started taking the pictures, and I probably had probably about over maybe 30 odd seconds of the really amazing sort of sight, and then it broke down into different colored smoke, and yeah, it was an unreal experience. I can't believe it's happened.
Yeah, so it was very fleeting. It wasn't like this 10-minute event. It was like there and gone.
Yeah, it was very quick. So again, I believe I'm the only photographer in the world with these photos, and that's because I had my camera in my hand, and yeah, I was ready to go.
Yeah, and so you are also selling these photos, correct?
I am, yeah. So we've got a Pixie Set website set up at the moment, and we've sold tons and tons of wallpapers for the phones.
Wow.
That's sort of the biggest seller at the moment. We've sold some prints, which is fantastic. But just the thought of people having my pictures on their screensaver is just it's unbelievable. It's since I've started taking up photography and been always looking at other photographers on Instagram, that's where I want to be, and hopefully because of this, that's where I might be in a couple of years. Some of the pictures I've taken, I was hoping for a bit more of a following before this happened, but as a chef, it's difficult to put everything I have into photography.
Sure.
But hopefully, again, now I might be able to concentrate a bit more on that.
Did it look like it was going over the water? Did it look like it was close to you guys?
So we're in a marina here in the Turks and Caicos, with the boat moored up here. So it started off coming over the land. When I managed to get the pictures, it was literally right above us, and that's when it sort of broke out into the sea. So there's been lots of people finding debris all over. It's a one in a lifetime experience.
100%.
Obviously, there are going to be other rockets, and there might be other explosions, but this is the only time that specific rocket is going to explode over the Turks and Caicos.
Well, and I'm sure but it was supposed to land in the Indian Ocean near Australia. So of course, you just happened to be in the right place at the right time
Yeah.
there was no guarantee that it was going to explode over Turks and Caicos.
No, not at all. Our captain had the sort of the flight plan for us to look at, so we know it was going to be coming over this area. but for it to actually, you know, explode right above our heads is just a out of this world experience. It was crazy.
So a lot of people are sharing the images, but James is selling them as well. And if you want to support his work and being seemingly the only person on the island to actually take professional photos of these, please consider checking out his store and buying a copy from him. I will leave a link to that in the description of this video, and I want to thank James for doing the interview. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I thought that you would enjoy the perspective of James, who took these amazing photographs, and please consider supporting him by buying his work, because I'm so happy that he had a camera on him. The videos that we've seen are great, but the pictures truly show every single little detail of how this once majestic starship rutted into just these vibrant blue and orange streaks. Honestly, it kind of looks like galactic stardust. So thanks so much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. It really helps out the channel and it's completely free. And I'll see you in the next video.